Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch some Chainsaw Man! We got we got some comments first before we get into this, so let's go ahead and see what we've got. Message by the mysterious K. At 9:46. This is a Crunchyroll mistranslation subs, I believe. Psycho is equal to awesome, and Sayuku is worse or horrible. They've changed it for some, but I guess they still left it during the time of the reaction. You
Obviously, if
know,
you're reading timestamps, this applies to episode 11, as we are currently in episode 12.
yep. And honestly, I don't think that changes the interpretation very much. The body language and other indicators from the future devil very much indicate that awesome and horrible are probably exactly the same thing for him here. In terms of the context of that scene, what do you think?
I honestly didn't remember where it happened in the episode, so you
Uh,
saying that it was the future devil saying it. Okay. I mean, for me, I guess if a character said it and I didn't mention it, that it was interpretive. Like, it was easy to understand, especially because the future devil is so emotive.
yeah, yeah. Of course, Aki is going to die horribly. What else was new?
Well, he only
And
has, what, a
and the future
year?
devil's excited about it.
A year? 2 years?
I think 2 years. Well, that's what the cursed devil said, but I don't think the future devil indicated when or how. And Aki does not want to know.
He was about to, and then Aki said, I don't care.
Mhm.
And he said that Aki's death was,
Awesome.
that was a fucking awesome or something like that. So, I mean, we don't know if it's horrible.
It is going to be horrible. That's why it's awesome.
Well, I mean, that's your interpretation of awesome. Awesome
Mhm.
could be like, you both, you stab each other at the same time, or, you know, it could be any interpretation of action movie awesome. Because the future devil reads to me like, a Bruce Willis fan, let's say.
I'm waiting for the future devil to like pull out a meme from the future and just be like, "It's okay, you don't understand it yet."
Well, maybe saying psycho instead of awesome is a
Yeah.
future meme.
At 24:22, in the Bible and Torah, every time angels appeared before men, they would always say to not be afraid of them. There were those that took the forms of many wings and rings. Angels are and were scary as a symbol of God's power. Yeah, makes sense. It was an angel that was responsible for killing all of Egypt's firstborn sons in the Passover story and striking down the lightning, killing 70,000 Israelites, killing 185,000 Assyrian soldiers in one night. So this is where the lifespan absorption concept would have come from. Devils took the forms of humans to deceive them. Devils in general have many human characteristics, being representations of vices and sins. Angel with a human body would not be so far off from an angel devil.
I think this is a response to my many questions and not understanding about the
Hmm.
angel devil. I think I also responded to this comment specifically that I think the origin of my confusion stems more so from the location and not the context.
Hmm.
Specifically, I do not think that the Japanese people would have that context and representation of an angel demon. Whereas
But
all of this makes sense.
mhm,
Wait, let me finish first.
okay,
That it's entirely possible that the angel demon is created elsewhere and moved to Japan. So all of that could still make sense. Like I said,
yeah,
my misinterpretation is location, not context. Or whatever, vice versa. That the
yeah,
Japanese people would not have that. Theirs would
yeah.
be like, what is the name of it? Not Akimaru, Aki,
You got me.
the, the Shinto sun god.
Do do
That
do
would
do
be,
do do.
their representation.
Amaterasu?
Yeah, I knew it started with an A.
Way off.
Well, we have a
Keep going.
character in the show named Aki, so
Mhm.
It was my, and literally, you don't have it, 'cause I'm assuming you're looking at a black screen for the episode, but I have like
Basically,
two two frames in, which has Aki on it, so.
of course. But yeah, I was gonna make a similar point to the one that you made there, which is like, well, the gun devil is American, but everyone on the planet is afraid of guns to some extent.
Well, it's more
So
so that,
the gun devil has obviously moved locales.
well, yeah, but I would also say that the Japanese people would also still be afraid of guns, whereas
Mhm.
Christianity had to migrate to Japan. It wasn't there from the outset, and Christianity in Japan is, say, 200, 300 years of their history. So
Yeah,
it's not as inherent as it is for the rest of the world.
yeah. But
So,
like you said, and like I'm trying to say, nothing indicates that they're local.
right.
Well,
It's,
except maybe just how they look, I guess, as a person. Shrug. Who
I don't know,
knows?
they don't, the facial features of the show are very generic,
It's
but
an anime and it all happens in Japan. That just doesn't
it's
change.
very much like Incarnations of Immortality, that book series, where uh, you have representatives of, say, death and war, and they just go all over the world. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who believes in them or where they're at, because those are just things that are all over the place.
I think to go ahead and wrap that whole thought up, or this thought up, I'd say angels are definitely the densest possible thing to try to unpack here, I would say. So, yeah, the fact that he does what he does and looks how he does definitely has the most possible grounding in every single other possible thing that has been written.
I'm less concerned about their power set,
Hmm.
given that the power set of a thing in this show has never really been representative of what they are. Like,
Hmm.
the gun devil runs really fast. It doesn't shoot bullets.
It is the bullet.
It just runs really fast, which is not representative of a gun or even the fear of guns. Oh man, I hope that guy with a gun doesn't run
Run
at
at me.
me.
Alright, so next comment and last comment universe imagination. A fiend will still harbor the devil's personality and consciousness, and not the actual person they are possessing. So, for clarification's sake, no, a fiend to devil contract would not work. So, yeah, a fiend is still a devil, and then a devil can't make a deal with the devil.
I'm not arguing that point, and I will say I'm not arguing any point at this point,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I imagine
There's
peop
just facts.
that people that know, and I
Hmm.
don't
Hmm.
know. But I think my point was more so that a fiend is its own classification, like a devil becomes a fiend,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that we, as non-manga readers, and there's only show onlys, or anime onlys, I guess is the term, uh, haven't had that presented to us. That a
Hmm. Hmm.
fiend is nothing other than a fiend. Although I guess we did have the scene in the hotel where they
Yeah,
said
they didn't
no.
have, like, the brief explanation, so yeah.
Well, they didn't explain it. They just said no, it's not going to make a deal with you.
Okay. So, I guess that leaves us into the episode, and we'll go ahead and go over what happened last time, huh? So, last time, the future devil gives Aki his power without asking anything in return because he foresaw a magnificent death in his future. Ah, entirely new language.
I think it's a
Kish-
translation thing.
exactly.
We both heard what we heard.
Kishibe's training proves fruitful as he ends up with a single scratch. He tells Denji and Power that the entire Special Division 4 and other public safety divisions are planning a massive raid on the Yakuza branch affiliated with the Gun Devil. Makima meets with Tokyo head of the Yakuza and learns the names of every single collaborator of the Gun Devil within the Yakuza, using the knowledge to eliminate several from her current whereabouts. While the remaining members of the Special Division enter the Yakuza hideout, Kishibe holds off any police or regular devil hunters from entering, explaining that the Special Division is comprised almost entirely of non-humans now. He also tells them that each of their abilities. In the basement filled with zombies left behind from the deal with the former Yakuza head made with the Zombie Devil, the Devil Hunters fight through the horde. While Power, the Shark Fiend, and Violence Fiend, the Spider Devil, and the Angel Devil stay below to clear the horde. Aki and Denji head up to deal with Sawatari and the Sword Devil hybrid. Aki encounters Sawatari first, who uses her Snake Devil to regurgitate the Ghost Devil and turn it against Aki. The future Devil's foresight allows Aki to fight the Ghost Devil off for a while, before he is overwhelmed by its countless arms and is held in a chokehold by it. So, that's what happened last time. We were ending off on a cliffhanger beach, right? Where Aki is about to die and something is probably about to save him.
Well, I had a guess of what was going to happen next, but your recap there kind of already screwed me over.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your recap says that the future devil was already helping him, and that he fails. Because I'm
Yep.
about to say my guess about what's going to happen was we were going to start the episode, and everything that just happened was going to get rewound, and Aki was going to get a second chance, like a vision of the future, like the movie Next.
Yeah.
But your recap just says, no, he was already getting help the whole time.
And then he failed.
Yeah,
So I guess as far as this time, I've already laid out one expectation. Aki's going to be saved by something at the last moment here. That's my guess. And the name of the episode is Chainsaw versus Katana. So I'm expecting a Chainsaw versus Katana fight.
right. Like, Aki's in the basement, right?
He's somewhere.
Well, I mean, we saw him in a room that was
Like a maintenance hall kind of deal. Yeah, so it feels very basement-y when everyone has said like they're going up or something.
right.
But he was upstairs earlier as well, so he's been bouncing around a whole
Well,
lot.
he got into an elevator.
Mhm.
Whereas Katana Man is upstairs.
Right. So, kind of indeterminate for me. I can't figure it out.
Well, I mean, it's the last episode, so.
Well, the building's gonna explode is also gonna be my third prediction. Why?
What?
I don't know. It's gonna.
What if what if they, like, beat Katana Man and they go downstairs and they can't leave the floor that they're on because they never left the Infinity Devil's domain?
Ah, they're back where they started.
Because it's infinity, right? Infinity could be forever.
Oh, that would be goofy. I would
Literally,
say.
they go to leave, and then what's her name that died walks out of one of the rooms. Says, I've been here the whole time.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see that pans out.
I mean, it would
You
be
got
still more satisfying to me than Infinity Devil begged to die for some reason.
it was all part of the plan. So, any final comments before we get started?
Well, it would be more satisfying to me rather than the Infinity Devil begging to die.
There you go then. Alright, let's go ahead and watch. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, that was awesome.
一本あげる。
骨が腐るから
Oh, yes, your life flashing before your eyes thing.
吸ってほしいな。
That's some good looking food though.
1本だけ吸ってやる
If you're into that kind of food,
この
maybe.
1本だけだ
やったー。火つけてあげる。
未成年に吸わ
I mean, that
最低
is
な先輩だな
actual ramen.
そうだけど
Yep.
I've only had instant ramen.
There's more and more ramen places around here, and it's good stuff. And yeah, it looks exactly like that. It's great.
I'm also a picky eater, so.
じゃあその一本は私が預かっておこう。君が大人になって何かに寄りかかりたくなったら返して。
That's your ready to develop an addiction. Oh, there's a lie.
What? So we just don't see how he gets out? You better be holding an eye patch.
He was let out. Okay.
Or making a contract.
Oh. Oh, there we go. Now that's some emotional impact. Hey, the last scene before you die. Also, here you go. The promise is complete. Easy revenge.
I'm confused. Like, did she plan this ahead of time?
幽霊の悪魔には目がないから恐怖心を見る。姫の先輩が言っていたことだ。
He's starting to believe.
姫の先輩、もうすぐ俺も行きます。
Oh, I thought they were going to use the Ghost Devil to do something. I know that was emotional and everything, but that was sort of the definition of anticlimactic.
No, I think they rebuilt the scene there. They gave that flashback to give everything a little bit of justification. We had like the memory of Himenko, and then of course the overcoming of his fear. I think that was good. That was dramatic.
I don't think he was afraid.
It wasn't action movie, but it was definitely very good.
No, I'm saying is we bookended one episode with him about to die, and then we have an emotional beat, and he literally just walks up the thing's back, chops his head off. It's anticlimactic. It's literally the opposite of what I felt for the Made in Abyss episode, where it's like, this is too much action. This was like, they used emotional resonance to defeat an action scene. And for this show, that felt wrong.
I guess, I think this is probably something I've probably said to you a few times, but like, when it comes to storytelling, the question should be, why is this fight important? And when it came to just, like, Aki staring down the person controlling the snake devil there, it really wasn't anything other than an obstacle until that moment. And now, because of this is now a fight that actually meant something or had a reason to exist.
No, it meant something before. It was a revenge fight. It was a revenge fight before we got the flashback.
Hey, you got easy revenge. When did you get there?
She's super fast now, remember?
He is the gun devil.
小紅、お前はどうして公安にの
God, I wish Chey was here. That would be it. I would have looked to Chey's camera, figure out, is she the gun devil?
I heard that the office was gonna have a pizza day, so, you know, I stayed for another week.
I mean, all the fiends apparently eat.
肉は肉じゃろ。豚も牛も人も同じじゃ。
全然違うね。俺たちの仕事はサムライソードを捕まえることだ。捕まえても食うんじゃねえぞ。
Sorry, guys. There's a maximum occupancy on this elevator.
I would like to see this studio make a zombie anime.
わしの
It kind of has.
No, I mean like a real one.
名はパー勝負じゃ
Like I
Yeah,
would like
I
to
feel
see.
ya.
I would like to see this studio do Bucket List of the Dead, which is a pretty good zombie manga.
Howard just going straight anime and Denji is just not about that.
強敵じゃレンジ見てるそして言い伝えろパワーが一番最強じゃ
So
So
if you
going
get
up.
bit by a zombie, become a zombie. But if you drink blood, you get healed. So if you got bit by a zombie, turned into a zombie, bit somebody else, their blood goes in your mouth. Would you not just become you again?
Good question. I don't think anyone's explained exactly how zombie-itis works in that way.
待て待て待て。少し話さないか。
あ
Denji's too dumb to have a chat.
お前の態度次第じゃ、俺たちは投降するつもりだ。俺たちはただ怒りを収めたいだけなんだ。
Well, he wasn't expecting that.
お前はこいつらの仲間と俺のじいちゃんを殺した。その償いをしてほしい。
てめえのお仲間もじいちゃんもゾンビなってたから殺したんだぜ。
嘘つくんじゃねえ。学歴のねえバカすぐ嘘つきやがる。まあいい。
No, what? They did turn into zombies though.
Like, dude, zombies.
そいつらを殺して。
Also, they tried to kill him too, but you know, no hard feelings about that, I guess.
俺も沢渡りにいろいろされてな。心臓が刀の悪魔になっちまってるみてえだが。そんな俺でもな。うっかりゾンビを殺しちまった夜には眠れなくなるぜ。お前に限っては。
Indicating that it's not just because you're a heart replacement, that you're just an asshole.
What a revelation! To go through whole character moments of like, why don't I feel anything? Things are different, and then everyone just reveals like, no, dude, you're just a jerk. Also, I definitely love Denji's happy face when he said nah.
So wait, was he transformed this whole time in fake limbs, or? Because he's
I
pulling
guess
his
so.
hand off and there was a blade in there.
Maybe that just is his transformation. He has to unsheath himself.
Yeah, it's fair. It's not like he has a thing to pull. I mean, he pretty easily beat Genji before, so...
Now Denji's conscious, I suppose, and got a week of training. And then kicked across skyscrapers.
Well, not skyscrapers. Those are like 10-story buildings.
Oh, that looks so good.
お前は何のために戦ってる？
この生活を守るためかな。
公安様はそんな大層な暮らししてんのか？
口うるせえのとわがままなのがいるけどまあそこそこ気に入ってるぜ。
I like it, they just have this totally casual conversation, this is great.
お前は俺には勝てねえ。
あ？もう勝ったつもりでいんのか？俺はまだ死んでねえぞ。
雑魚が！
I mean, yeah, because the reasons why they're fighting each other is so tangential. It's like... It just
What
feels
is-
like they have to fight, that's all.
Yeah, one is doing it because, yeah, it's just my job, man, and the other one just like, I'm here for revenge. Oh, right, there's people on this train. Katana Man has God and the power of anime on his side.
Yeah, the instant cut. Do it again.
Denji, you can't change the meta now mid-match.
Just a scratch?
Just a flesh wound.
Say, you couldn't even block his blades when you had 3 chainsaws.
And now Denji just splits in half. Oh.
His chainsaw isn't even that long. Oh. Thing we've never known about before. Fair enough, I guess. Just makes me now imagine the Katana Devil climbing buildings with swords in his feet.
Still hilarious, though. I liked it. So, you know, now that you're captured, I guess, how about some more, casual conversation?
I
mean, technically, Himeno killed Himeno, so...
Denji considering, oh, extrajudicial killing. Ah, the Nut Devil's back.
Oh. I understand this now. I was like, they shoot at him. What the fuck does that matter? Oh, but now we're back to, like, episode 2 jokes.
Ah, keep playing by the book. Like a nerd.
そう。
I mean, easy revenge written on things. You can literally mean to take anything. Like a guy tied to a train. That's easy revenge.
ああ。勝ったら何くれんだ？
Ah, he's in.
そりゃもちろんこいつの玉金や。
And the birds, which we still don't know the full meaning of yet.
Dramatic flight of birds, the chain sings away from the nut devil.
No, I mean, because Makima does something with the birds.
Right. The Odin devil.
Nope, that's wrong.
I think we
already
said that
guessed
one before, yeah.
That was my first guess. I think by now I've guessed like 20 things that have all proven wrong.
姫野先輩、天国まで聞こえるか？俺たちからあんたへのレクイエムだ。
Just all that, like, classic dramatic setting just for that.
Oh hey, the meeting room from episode 2 as well.
Yeah, we're back here again.
それで、なぜ沢渡はチェンソーの悪魔の心臓を欲しがった？
それが聞き出す前に。
So that was a completely different third devil that eats shit.
Apparently. Oh, triggered automatically.
Well, it didn't look like the snake devil, so...
我々公安が持っている5キロの肉片と合わせた結果、ついに肉片が本体に向かって動きました。
ついにか。どこに向かって？
Hey, we're amping up for the arc next time.
I hate to say it, but these chunks of the gun devil that slowly move towards the main body. What's the one ability that we know that the gun devil has?
It goes very fast. Is that right?
Like it would just be able to move away from itself.
Well,
like I feel this part of me is moving towards me. I'm just gonna really quickly move away from it.
Well, there's a couple things. You know, maybe they do still have to stop and rest, or maybe they don't want to always be moving. Or maybe they can't feel the other parts of their body.
I don't know, because if they're constantly attracted towards you, that gives me the sense of like Iron Giant. Iron Giant knows which parts are.
Iron Giant shall return in Iron Giant 2, Iron Gianter. You cat. There it is.
You mean Maui?
Yes. Hey, more end credits. What we got?
I would say Himeno's apartment seemed larger than theirs. Why don't they switch?
You know, you can't just drop a lease like that at a whim, you know?
I assume it was covered by the Public Safety Division.
Yeah, they decided Aki doesn't deserve more. Alright, time to kick up an addiction, Aki.
Subtle advertisement for Camel.
Of course, the balcony is the only place you can get away from Denji and power. Oh, it's gonna spell out something different. Oh, they're dead. I see.
I just kept waiting for something to happen, but I guess
Nope.
this is just our art scene.
Just a nice, quiet, reflective moment with our characters. And now we have the drama.
No, this is the episode 1. Remember, he walks down the alleyway and then he goes to open a door. It's the very first scene of the entire freaking anime.
Oh gosh, that's been a while, huh?
Was it Hamino's hand? Is she alive still? No, that's Denji's face, isn't it? Yeah.
Who we got behind the scary door?
So it's young Denji, right?
いつも見る夢だ。いつも見て。いつも忘れる夢。
Whose voice is that?
デンジ。
Young Denji.
落ちた。落ちた。出てこいよ。夢の中くらい撫でさせてくれ。デンジ。絶対に開けちゃダメだ。
Can't even pet Pochita in dreams.
So a 12-episode wait to see what was behind the door. And the reveal is you can't open that door.
Pochita's been keeping all of Denji's bad feelings away from him.
田舎のネズミと都会のネズミ。どっちがいい？
Country Mouse.
Yeah, Denji's a country logger kind of dude, right?
Well, that's where he was at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. So, that's it for Core 1 then, huh?
No,
No?
this isn't a core anime.
Oh, sorry.
This isn't
Season
a
1
core
then.
anime.
But that's it. We're gonna have to wait a whole other season, huh?
Well, we don't know if there's going to be another season. Obviously, there's probably
There's
gonna
gotta be another season.
But there's
there
no-
has to be.
There's no announcement made for anything about another season.
Right, right. Well, I will definitely be upset if there isn't, because this is honestly fantastic. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a fun ride the whole way through. It's got some great dramatic moments. I see no reason why they wouldn't. Well, other than money, I guess. So go out and buy the Pochita plushie and make sure they get it.
I mean, it's not, depending on whatever list you're looking at,
Mhm.
it is like the 1 to 2 ranked anime of the season. But
Yeah.
that also doesn't speak to sales, so. But it does have
Right,
a whole
right.
manga. As at the point, you have to consider how far out the manga is, because you don't want to go too quickly. That's the folly of many anime.
But we could get a Full Metal situation where we just get a completely different ending, and then we get a whole brand new anime later with the real one.
I think you'll find that's happened all of one time.
Well, probably for exactly these reasons. Here, I'm gonna set you down, dog. Good Pochita. And so, I guess given that this is still the end of the season, what do we think about this season then?
Well, before we get into the season, I still want to address the show, not the show, the episode.
Okay.
Not. Okay. I'm gonna reel in the hatred here. Everyone can hate me. Not what I was
Yes.
hoping for.
Really now, what were you hoping for?
More insanity, more craziness. At least more with the downstairs crew that we just met last episode.
Mhm.
Even the fight with Katana Man wasn't that impressive.
I mean, it was definitely fun. Like, as far as like the different battles that have happened, it's definitely a smaller scale because it's just two human level kind of individuals who have very specific power sets. So it was never going to be about them demolishing entire buildings, right?
Could have been. Katana
Maybe.
Man was literally throwing Denji across entire buildings.
Mhm.
But, I mean, it didn't have to just be those two. Like, what if the giant snake appeared? And then what if, what's her name, that's running super fast is like the John Wick now? What if
Mhm.
she was John Wicking all over the place? And we had many larger than life elements present, but what we got was a human level fight, which I
Right.
thought was anticlimactic to the build up that we were getting. Like last episode, we had the guy who was training them saying
Mhm.
this fight could go beyond the building, and you guys have to be prepared to fight these superpowered people if they get loose, because
Mhm.
their danger they pose is greater than the things that we're coming after. We had
Mhm.
build up after build up after build up, and at the end of the day, what we got
Oh.
was a low level fight.
So I got two things. First, amping up how scary a bunch of devils are in there, or a bunch of fiends are, makes them stronger. So standing outside telling the police that, look, you don't want any of this, they'll come out and kill you, you gotta cordon off this whole area, is increasing their power in some perhaps tangible way, and maybe that's the actual purpose of it.
Before you
Or
get
they just don't trust them.
before you get to your next point, I don't think that's what he was doing because he was actually telling them how to fight them, which would,
Mhm.
I feel like, reduce the fear a bit.
Mm,
Because you're afraid of things that are unknown. That's your primary fear. Or you're afraid that you're going to go into a fight that you're going to have no chance in. And this is the guy with all the knowledge. He's your number one guy saying, this is how you fight them. This is how you manage it. So I
mhm.
feel like that's to decrease the fear.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's possible. We would just need to see more actual text about it at some point. But on the Denji versus Katana Man fight here, I would definitely say I think the fact that it is scaled down for a what is essentially a personal conflict between the two with impact from episode 1 is entirely appropriate and is exactly how this particular arc should probably wrap up with this particular person.
The reason I disagree with that,
It couldn't be anyone else other than Denji. It couldn't be anything else except at the scale of person to person.
the reason I disagree with that is because the emotion wasn't there. Literally, Katana Man comes in with, look, man, I don't really want to fight you. All we want is atonement. We don't have to fight right now, so long as you do this or that. It
Mhm.
wasn't a, I'll get vengeance for Grandpa. It was literally, look, we'll turn ourselves in. It's not even that important to us. The scale wasn't there. And then Denji's like, hey man, I'm just doing a job. I don't care. I'm just here to do it so I can keep living the life I want to live. It was not important to either of them.
I I think there's interpretations here that probably matter. First is that the I'll just surrender if you apologize about the dad thing. I think this is like bravado in a way, right? It's like, yeah, all you have to do is do all these things for me and I'll totally cooperate. I don't think the idea was that it was ever going to happen. He's there for personal satisfaction. That's what this is about here. Those are his stakes. And he wants that. He still wants something out of this. That it evolves into revenge during the fight is, I mean, just exactly where it was going to go anyway.
I
He just had that kind of mafia coolness to him to put it down for a moment until it came out.
I disagree on the bravado front because that's not how he was presenting. In anime and even in this show specifically, bravado is typically portrayed as. God, I'm having a hard time here. Characters like lean back, they have a smirk to their face, like, they present themselves in such a way. This dude was presenting himself as, I'm tired, I don't want to do this, I will just give up, just give us what we want, and we will turn ourselves in. He wasn't presenting as, look man, I'm in charge, I just want you to pay for what you did. He was tired, I just wanted it to end, is what I was picking up.
Right. He still has his personal goal, his reason for being there, and this transitions over into Denji, who has his personal dream, which is of course to continue living this easy life, to like have the things that he wants. Like that's been his character arc for the entire season, right? He's trying to figure out what he wants and why he's doing stuff, and right now he's in a very comfortable position. This is exactly what he wants, and he's fighting for it. This is exactly what he's about. He just goes about it in a very Denji way where he's kind of casual. It's like, yeah, no, I'm just kind of cool with it, whatever.
And my counter to
Because
that,
that's just who Denji is.
my counter
He's
to
not.
that was as to why it's not exciting, is
Mhm.
that's been Denji for 8 episodes now. Denji constantly is saying, all I'm doing is trying to keep this lifestyle that I now enjoy, that we saw in the previous 4 episodes, the first 4 episodes, how horrible his life was. So, him telling the other guy, I don't want to, I just want to keep living the life I'm living, is literally Denji repeating the line he's been saying for 8 episodes.
Mhm.
And this time he's not even saying it to any emotional impact. Just I'm just want to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. So we don't have Chey here, but what I think they've mentioned before is that this is a weird place to cut it out because there's more stuff to come in an entire other arc that I think we were going to get into. Like, we just got introduced to more characters that are in the promo material, that are in the introductions, and then we don't really learn much about them. We got like a few sentences with each of them at best, right?
Well,
This is a weird place for it to cut
to
it.
clarify, yeah, I'll say I'm not unhappy with the show. I'm unhappy with this episode as a season ender. That this climax was not enjoyable as a season climax. Like, the best part of this episode was the easy revenge thing, where
Mhm.
even that was anticlimax to the fight that it appeared in, but at least got emotional impact for Aki. It was an unsatisfying fight, but an emotional moment. And at the very least, I can lean into the emotional moment. But the fights were not good to me.
Okay. So I think that's plenty about the episodes. Then what about the season as a whole then? What are your thoughts
As I
then?
just said, I'm happy with the show. But a lot of points are just repetitive.
Mhm.
Cool, Denji. I know you like this new life you're living. Could you possibly have, I don't know, other motivations? Cool, Denji. I know you like groping women. Could you possibly have another motivation? Could you grow as a character at any point? That would be a little enjoyable. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I read an entire manga that the author of this of Chainsaw Man wrote before, and
Mhm.
this is very endemic. I feel like that Fire Punch, by the way, was what I read, and the
Yeah.
main character of Fire Punch is very much a Denji, in that for a fourth, if maybe not more so, of Fire Punch, he is all about one thing, and no matter what acts upon him, he is all about that one thing. But even then, in Fire Punch, he still grows as a character and becomes more than just the one thing. The one thing is always present, but he has other motivations and character relationships and things that they develop into. Whereas Denji is, I'm about that one thing, and that is it.
I suspect a lot of that is waiting past this point in the manga right here. Like, right now, I would expect, like, yeah, next season is going to be a lot of that, more soul searching for Denji, more figuring something out, talking about the dream and the door and Pochita and stuff like that. When it comes to this season, we got most of his development very early on, like within the first handful of episodes before the Gun Devil started. So like episodes 1 to 4. And then after that, it became about like the overall plot that is happening and more about like the different little conspiracies that are going on and the mechanisms of the world, which we were missing before. So the series here has taken a moment to say, all right, Denji's in a good place. We can leave him there for a moment, explain what's happening in the world, why there are stakes, why any of this matters, and what people are doing, and why it came to be here. And now we'll come back to Denji at the end. But while Denji's been on the backseat for a moment, Aki has been getting his development and basically becoming the character he'll probably be for the rest of the series.
For the next 2 years at least.
For at least 2 years.
I feel like this all still just doubles down on why I feel like this episode was not satisfying bookend. Because all those things that you described, I would have preferred if they were the start, or if they were to start here on the bookend so that we would have then expectations going forwards rather than guessing that that's what's going to come.
I guess I can understand that.
You know, even if like the last 10 minutes of this episode was to be about those things that you said, then at least they would present themselves. Otherwise, I'm left with Denji as he has been. I'm left with Aki as he has been. I mean, power's never changed, so.
Power is power. Well, Power had an arc. Power had an episode. Power's done. Power's good.
I mean, Power's arc was
Power
so
to power.
inconsequential that Power is still the same Power before and after that arc.
Mm-hmm. Which I guess is the point of Power, right? But thinking about it, so we've talked a whole lot about the narrative. Obviously, this entire time we've talked about how beautiful the animation of this series is, right?
I'm in the other camp on that. The animation is meh to me. The art the art style is meh to me.
There you go.
It's no Made in Abyss, shall we say. But I'm not like against it. I'm just not like, oh, this is an amazing art style. I don't know how to explain this. I like what they're doing with like camera positioning and scene setting and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much what they're doing with the art itself.
Right, the filmography of it, the individual shots are well composed and exactly what they need to be. I understand what you mean about art style. It is basically just random city world, city setting, and it does kind of look kind of blank mostly until like they focus on a couple of details. Like at the beginning of this, there was that nice little dinner Aki and Hakimo were having together. Like that looked great. I think it just entirely depends on what they're focusing their attention on here. And I think a lot of that attention probably goes towards what are these devils gonna be? What's their design? How are they gonna do things?
The director is making their money. The art director, I feel like, is calling it in. I don't know how to say. It's not. Right. There's no respectful
way to say. And then
there's the
animators who have honestly need to like be showered with even more attention.
Well, I'm putting them under the director. The director storyboards, calls shots, or calls what should be included in scenes and how it should be visualized. I'm putting all that stuff underneath the director, whereas the art direction, the artists, it really feels like, you remember how people were calling the difference between One Punch Man Season 1 and One Punch Man Season 2? How
Yep.
there is a tangible difference in the art style? That's what I'm feeling like. Chainsaw Man is One Punch Man Season 2. That it's okay so long as you haven't been exposed to something better.
I don't think it's that bad.
That's, well, let me clarify. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's okay.
You're saying it's
So,
average.
It's average so long as you haven't been exposed to something better.
So there's all the art here, and then of course there's the music as well, which I think they have a lot of really good solo tracks is what it comes down to, right?
It's a wide variety. So, if there's not something that's specifically your bag, when it comes to, I don't know if it's your bag anymore, but it's always in the, hey baby, it ain't your bag. If it's not, if a specific style of track isn't what you're into, you have a lot of variety to pick from. I would say like half, maybe 3/4 of the music isn't really what I'm into, but the stuff that I like is there. So I always have something to lean into.
Right. Overall though, it's hard to notice a lot of soundtrack during the episode, I think. That's mostly my feel. Probably because there's a lot more attention to like the narrative that's happening in those moments. If there is any, it's mostly backdrop, but the solos are where it's at. That's what you're here for.
The endings, basically. I can't think of many middle of the episode audio cues, soundtracks, whatnot that stuck out to me. The intro, it's always in your ear every time, plus in editing. So I've heard it so many times that I don't know what it's saying, mind you. It's all mana, mana, you know, that kind of, it's that kind of track. But
Right.
the endings are so
Yeah,
individual that you can pick up any end of any Chainsaw Man ending, and you could probably enjoy it.
So are there any other details about like this series you want to talk about real quick then?
I mean, there's still the Cheetah mystery.
hmm
Why everyone's so invested in the Chainsaw Devil. I have no idea why either, because
Yeah, it's mystery.
yeah, because chainsaws haven't been around that long, and I can't imagine there's that much fear about chainsaws.
hmm Like, there obviously has to be like some sort of deeper part about the devils and like why Chainsaw has to be the most powerful one for some reason. Shrug. That's my normal shonen anime senses triggering, and I don't know if that pans out in the
Yeah,
slightest.
I mean, what's the obvious counter to guns? Oh, chainsaws, right?
Yeah, absolutely, right? Let's see. I think maybe one's for the road though. We gotta do what we've been doing the whole time to end off a couple of episodes. Name a devil.
I thought you were about to say, let's do a chart of S through a D rank of all the characters. Like, shit, I'm not set up for that.
We're doing it live. Now, just name a devil. Let's do it.
Off the top of my head, that's hard because typically it's influenced by what's gone on. The disappointment devil. Fear of social interaction vis-a-vis disappointment of those around you is a major stigma in interpersonal relationships. So I feel like that has to be a devil. I really feel like the thing we've been doing for the last couple episodes is guessing Makima's devil. It's been our
We've
thing.
been doing that most recently, but I thought I'd end off on the easy one. For me, I'm gonna go with the mistranslation devil, the failing to pronounce or understand things properly, which seems to be a theme across a couple of different things we're doing right now.
I don't know, I just feel like our guessing of devils have had less impact once Chey wasn't in the picture, because Chey has always been like, that one's in the show, or that one's not in the show, or that's an interesting one for this reason and that reason.
Just
So,
go down to the comments then and tell us whether or not our devils exist, and then name one of your own.
Yeah, go in the devil go into the devils below and give us your best comment. The comment devil.
I think that there you go. The mistranslation devil strikes.
Well, I mean, it's basically like back in the day, Nintendo Power had that thing for the Mega Man games, where send in your Mega Man villain.
There you go. So, now that we've sent in all of our villains to Nintendo Power, let's go ahead and wrap it up for today. This has been Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we'll catch you next time. See you around, everyone. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?